If you're from the South, like I am from the South, and we've got something down here called that mama look, and you know what it is. Because it's that look that your mama can give you that will immediately remind you that you need to behave. It will immediately bring about this sense of dread. And it's just a look. That's all it is. But all mamas have got it. Now, my mama can give you that look over the phone. I mean, that's how good she is at it. It's that look that you get when you're on one end of the pew at church and your mama's on the other end of the pew and you're not exactly doing like you should. And she can look at you. And you have received that look at some time in your life. If you're from anywhere south of the Mason-Dixon line, your mama knows how to do that. And it has spread across the country and probably across the world. And it is ubiquitous. It doesn't need any interpretation. You know exactly what it means. You get that mama look. Did you know that Jesus got that mama look? Let me tell you how it happened. This is from the Gospel of John chapter 2. Jesus, his mother, and his disciples have been invited to a feast. There's a wedding feast going on in Cana of Galilee. And they have been invited. And they're all out there having a good time. And they're celebrating. And everybody is just fellowshipping together and enjoying this wedding feast that's going on. Everything's going real good. And then Jesus' mama comes up to him and says, they're out of wine. Now, sit down for this. Jesus talks back to his mama. He don't sass his mama, because sassing your mama is a sin, and Jesus didn't sin. But he talks back to his mama, and he says, woman, what have I to do with thee? My time is yet not come. Now, what Jesus is saying is that it's not ready for me to go public yet, just yet. This is when it happens. I know it happens because Jesus' mama, Mary, she doesn't say anything to Jesus. She didn't say a word to him. She just gives him that look. That's the mama look. Jesus got the mama look. She turned to the servants that were there and said, whatever he tells you to do, you do it. Then she turns back toward him, looks at him one more time, and then she goes back in to the party because she knows that Jesus is going to obey the mama look. So Jesus looks around, sees 6 stone water pots used for ceremonial cleansing, and he's going to change them. He tells the servants to fill them with water, and they go out and they fill them with water, and they fill them up to the brim. They fill them up with the brim, and Jesus then says, now draw some of it out, and they go and they get some of it, and they take it to the master of ceremonies, the guy that's in charge of the whole shindig. They take it to him, and he tastes it, and he says, you have saved the best for last. And it's a good story. And it's a good miracle. And it's recorded as the first miracle of Jesus, changing the water into wine. But what the Bible does not tell us is where the water came from. Where does the water come from? I mean, I get tired going to the grocery store and having to haul in a couple of gallons of milk. So 120 to 160 gallons of water would have been a very labor-intensive process. And they fill them to the brim. Jesus used all the capacity. Jesus uses all the capacity. Jesus uses everything that we will give him. Jesus uses everything that we will give him. He fills us with all that we will take. But that's not it. So they fill these with water. We don't know where the water came from. I don't know if it came from the well. I don't know if it came from a spring. I don't know if they went out and dipped it out of the creek. I don't know if it came from a river. I don't know if it was ditch water. I don't know if it was scummy pond water. I don't know if it had tadpoles in it. I don't know what kind of water it was. Because, see, it wasn't important what kind of water it was. Jesus is going to change it. It wasn't important where the water came from. Jesus is going to change it. Jesus is going to repurpose the water. Jesus repurposes the water for a celebration. Now listen to me. It doesn't matter what kind of water you were before. It doesn't matter what kind of water you have been in the past. It doesn't matter what kind of water you were today. It doesn't matter if you were pure spring water or if you were scummy pond water or you were muddled ditch water. It doesn't make any difference what kind of water you were. Once you have a Jesus encounter, once Jesus becomes part of you, he repurposes your life. You don't have to live like water anymore. You don't have to be like water anymore. Jesus has repurposed you for something. Jesus has done something that has changed you. And when he changed you, he gave you a new purpose. He gave you the purpose of celebration. And you get up every day and act like water? Don't act like water. Act like someone purposed for the wedding feast. Act like someone purposed for the celebration. Hold on to the truth of who God has caused you to be, not what you were. What has God caused you to be today? Or are you just going to live like what you were? Don't be water.